What is going on, good people? What is going on? We are back for another We Working Kickback live stream where we're going to have a long talk and we're just going to kick back, enjoy ourselves. We are almost to the weekend. If you like me, and sometimes you get every other Friday off, I don't have a full Friday off this week because I got to go do some more work because it has been a rough past couple of weeks at work. Last week was a long one. This week has been another long week. But I was like, man, I cannot go 2 weeks without being here, without showing up, without being here for the community. So what's going on, good people? I am here. If you are new here and this is your first time joining the We Working live stream, we do this as best as we can weekly Thursdays, somewhere between 9 and 10 is what it's turned out to be. And we continue to try to be here on a consistent basis, which is why I'm here. And we have a little bit of a format. We'll start the show off with weather talk. We'll cover weather talk. That's always a big thing in lawn care and has a lot of determination on what we're doing, what we're putting down, what the lawn is looking like, and what it's going through. So after we get done, we're doing after we get done doing weather talk, we'll jump into applications. Have we made any applications throughout the week? What's been going on? What are we looking for? What are we experiencing in the lawn? And then we'll jump into a special topic of sort or just a show and tell. Tonight is going to be a little bit of a show and tell, and also one of those, hey, you should start getting prepared for this. So this won't be a full topic or a full discussion on that topic because I think I want to do that on another night to where I've got that fully planned out. But this is this is a heads up. You should start planning for this. What's going on, everybody? I see M Branches in here, Slam 14 in here, Mr. Grower in here. What's going on, everybody? Glad that y'all could join. So we'll go ahead and get this one kicked off. Got through all the introductions, and we're gonna go ahead and talk about weather talk. Weather talk, yeah, weather talk. It is hot. It is hot. And I know you might say, well, Cam, if it's hot, why you got a jacket on? Because we did a full renovation on my main level where my office used to be. And now the wife and kids and family have taken over the whole main level. That's their level now. I have been evicted down to the basement. And in the wintertime, this basement is cold. As the AC is running, boy, it is cold down here. But it's a good space. It's just cold down here. So that's why it is hot outside, but I am in here with a jacket on. But yeah, man, we are in a heat wave. Very much similar to the one that we had a couple of weeks ago. Not as hot as that one was, but we're treating it the same way. We're treating it the same way, just like we did on the last one. I did make sure I got all my applications and everything done about 2 or 3 days ahead of the heat wave coming. And then the day before, we started getting really hot but here on like Tuesday. So Monday morning, I think it was Monday or Tuesday morning. I think it was Tuesday morning. Yeah, it was. It was Tuesday morning. I went down with about a half inch of water and went on and got it all watered in and made sure I had some good soil moisture and everything there. I checked yesterday and everything was still looking good. No dry spots or anything popping up. So I'll show y'all what the lawn's looking like. Most of y'all have already seen it. I posted it yesterday. The yard is cooking. The yard is still cooking right now, and I am happy with where it's at. It's not in peak condition by any means. It's got its flaws and stuff in it, but it's still overall looking really good, and I'm happy with where it's at. We got about 6 to 8 more weeks to go in it, so we're still right now in the middle of that fourth quarter, and we got a little bit more to go. It's looking pretty good right now. Hopefully we can keep it that way, but we'll work with nature. We'll see what nature throws us. Could throw us a couple of curveballs. All we can do at this point is stay on our applications, do what we can do, make sure we've got our water and stuff on it, and let what happens. And in about 6 to 8 weeks, if it doesn't turn out so well for us, we'll fix it and we'll hit the reset button and get ready for the 2027 lawn season. Like I said, it'll be starting not too long from now. So that's weather talk. Hot. We've been hot. We got some rain and stuff last week, a couple of showers and stuff. The thing that's been getting me is that last week we got like some showers, like a couple of days throughout the week, but it wasn't like good rain. It was just like a shower just to wet the lawn enough for it to stay wet overnight, which is a breeding ground for disease pressure. Like if it's going to go ahead and rain and the leaf blade is going to be wet, I prayerfully hope, like I would like for it to be enough rain that it actually gets into the soil and makes a difference in your soil moisture, not just enough to wet the leaf blades and now it sits there overnight in the heat and humidity and it just breeds disease pressure. But I can tell the lawn needed to dry out, and just like those nights and evenings of it being like wet, I could see the disease pressure and stuff starting to creep in. I could see the leaf blades and stuff. It just wasn't looking the way that it does right now. And it's just from that long duration of having that moisture on it. Like it was starting to yellow a little bit, but it dried out. We got a couple of days where it's been dry. Like we haven't had any, we haven't had any rain this week. I mean, getting rain over the weekend. So it was able to dry out, which is why I went on to put some water down on Tuesday, because I was starting to see some spots that were thirsty and they needed some water. So that's typically what I try to do. Same thing as we did the last time, making sure you're getting prepared. Like when the heat hits, the only thing for you to do is put down some water. Like either leave it on or put some water down. Because I actually mowed on Monday. Monday. I mowed on Monday. I haven't touched the yard since, and I don't plan to. I might cut it again on Saturday, depending on temperatures. Saturday or Sunday will be the next time that I get on it to be able to mow it. Like I haven't even thought about. I tend to mow, like when we got this heat and stuff coming, I typically mow at least a day or two before the heat gets here, and then throughout the heat wave, I just let it go. It will be ready for a mow come Saturday, Sunday. It's not growing a whole lot, but it's growing a little bit. And being that I'm cutting at 2.25, that many days of it not being mowed, it'll be ready. It'll be ready for a cut. So that's kind of where we're at with weather talk. Next week we're supposed to be moderate, we're supposed to be normal summertime weather next week. Mid upper 80s, upper 80s, low 90s next week. So kind of typical summer type weather. So that's coming in next week. And can't see much else after the forecast from there, but we'll stay in tune with it. Now we'll jump into applications. What applications and things have been made this week? This week I went down kind of with my, you can call it my soil treatment application, being that I was watering in on Tuesday. My monthly application of Simple Lawn Solution, Micro Booster, the C-Hume, and the Cytogrow. So went down with that application. I'm still good on my fungicide application, so no fungicide applications have went down, and I didn't put any fert down this week either. So Next week will be time for my next round of fungicide and another tenth of a pound of FERT that'll be going down. So that'll be my 2 week mark since I've added any FERT. So it'll get a tenth of a pound of AMS, and my next round of fungicides will be going down next week. So other than that, those are applications that have been made. Like I said, I mowed on Monday, um, and I've been mowing the iron cutter every other day. I've got the real mower back on it. I got the Hudson on there. I know y'all can see the pictures and everything that I've been posting. But the Hudson is back on it, and I'm probably destroying it because it's still a good bit of sand on there, but I don't have another mower that's going to cut that low where I want to cut it at and cut it well. So I may have to be doing an overhaul. I might have to holler at Hudson and be like, look, I need an overhaul. How do I overhaul on this mower come the off season? But I've gotta manage it. Like I want to keep it where it's at. The areas that have grown back in through the sand that have filled in, we'll get into that when we get to show and tell. It's looking good. What is looking good? It is looking like what I wanted to look like. The reason of why I did the sand leveling. Like it is looking like, yes, this is the reason. And then just mowing it, it is so much smoother than what it was before. It's all been worth it. I just gotta wait until it all gets grown back in. And when we get to the show and tell, I'll kind of discuss what I'm seeing and what's going on. So that made it through. Those are applications. And that's for the most part. I think we ran through those two parts in the segment. I'll jump over there and see if we got any questions in the chat. So let me see what we got. Doom, so happy to come home from my trip to nice green grass. Yep, it's always good to come home and you got green grass. Good to see it. You thought it was going to be toast. Can I help identify a weed in your lawn? Yeah, you can send me a picture. You can also use the app Picture This. The app Picture This is a good one also. And if you got an iPhone, which a lot of people got an iPhone, you can use Google. I forgot how to do it. Google Picture or something. You can take a picture of it and it'll tell you what the weed is. Like there's a whole lot of apps out there. It's a lot of times hard for me to tell from a picture, but yeah, you can send me a picture of it, and if it's easy for me to identify it, I can. But there's a whole lot of apps out there that are pretty good at identifying weeds. Wildfire smoke, yeah. Yeah, man, it's a lot of it's tough. It's tough, man. I was looking at some of the pictures and stuff up there in Canada, man. That's a tough situation, man. That's tough. I mean, the size of that fire, or like those fires, is crazy, the size of them. Excuse me. We got dumped on last week, a little over 5 inches of rain. My goodness. Man, we probably barely had 5 inches of rain since May. we probably ain't had we probably ain't had 5 inches of rain total since May. Yeah, what's this, June? Yeah, we got the inch. Yeah. I wouldn't. Yeah, that's probably. Yeah. Cider grow. Yeah. Junkyard master cider grow. It was a product. I don't even know if they make it anymore. I don't even know if they make cider grow anymore. It was made. It was a product from what was the name of the company? They don't make as many of their ferts as is. They used to make. It's the company that made hydrochain. Oh, I can't think of the name of the company. It's gonna kill me that I can't remember what it is. Let me see. I can't remember the name of that company. Give me a second. Give me a second. Arborjet. Arborjet. Yeah. Ecologel. That's it. Ecologel. Ecologel is the company. Arborjet is their tree line. Yeah, it's Ecologel. It's a product. This is still out there. You can get it. I don't know if they're actually still making it or is this just inventory that's still out there on the market. I don't know. Maybe they are. I've got a bunch of it that I've been using up, trying to get through it through the past couple of years, because the application rate is so low on it, and yeah, I've just been using it up since I already got it. Um, so yeah, that's the product that I was talking about. Cider Grow. It's made by a college ale is who it's made by. That's the manufacturer of it. Boom, boom, boom. Your front yard looks good, but your backyard is spectacular. Is that because the front yard wasn't renovated? Yes, that's why. I've never renovated my front yard. Front yard has never been renovated. It's only been overseeded. Like I've only overseeded the front yard. I started with my renovation in the back, fully renovated the backyard, um, and I've never renovated the front. It's just it's a lot of previous old grass out there, and you can tell like at times it struggles, it looks different and all of that, like, but like there's some fine fescue out there's some old cultivars fescue out there with the 2-inch wide blades and all of that, but then it also has a good amount of that Elm Street Elite that's out there because I've overseeded with it. I think I overseeded with it 3 times, 2 or 3 times, um, some years back, but I haven't overseeded my front yard in 5 years now. I've only done, well, I haven't overseeded my entire yard in like 4 or 5 years now. I've just been spot seeding like different areas, like when they need to be fixed at the end of the season. So I've just been going around spot seeding the areas that need it. Haven't done a full overseed or aeration in like 4 or 5 years now. Yeah, front yard is a salad bar. The front yard, it's just a good looking salad bar. It's a good looking salad bar. It ain't no weeds and stuff out there. It's a salad bar of grass types, that is out there. I've thought about renovating the front. I thought about it. I just haven't. I just haven't had the desire to really bite off doing that renovation. And I think where I'm at right now, with the little one on the way, next week is definitely going to be baby watch for us. So I will put it out there. I may or may not be here next week, depending on how baby watch goes. So due date is next week. So we'll see how next week goes. If I'm here, I'm here. If not, more than likely y'all know where I'm at. I'm changing poopy diapers more than likely. So we are excited about that, looking forward to that. So we are on baby watch. So I can go ahead and say a renovation in the front yard definitely isn't happening this year. But yeah, I've thought about renovating the front, but the fact that it just looks as good as it does, and like I don't have to do anything, I don't have to do a lot to it. Like I don't want to add more things to have to take care of on my plate. Um, because when you do full renovation, it takes about 2 to 3 years for it to really establish and really mature. Like those first couple of years, like you got to baby it. Like it needs to make sure it has the right amount of water. Like you got to stay up on your applications. You got to keep it fed. It's not established and rooted and all of that in the like that front yard is established at this point. And now my backyard is there. Like, which is why like my backyard, like my lawn right now, a lot of people's like, how does it stay so consistent and all of this? Like, yes, it's the program that I have it on, but it's also a mature lawn now. The lawn is like 6 years old at this point. It's like six, almost 7 years old at this point. Yeah, 6 years. So it's been on a program for a year before that. So my lawn's been on a program for 6, 7 years now. Consistent mowing, consistent watering, consistent fertilization and treatments. So the some of the grass that has been out there for that duration of time, which a lot of it has, which I haven't done a renovation in like or overseed in like 4 or 5 years. So majority of that grass is at least 5 years old. Like so, it is matured. It is mature. It's rooted well. It can handle a lot more disease pressure, a whole lot more things that stress the lawn. It can tolerate it a little bit better because it's just a more mature and established plant. But when you're talking about lawn that you just renovated and you just did it last fall, that first summer, and I've said it, and for the new people, one of my goals when I do a renovation is to be able to carry as much year one grass into year two. That is my goal, to carry as much year one grass from that renovation into year two. And my goal for the second year, carry as much of that year two grass and year one into year three. Like, so that's the goal. And at that point, like we say it with the We Working crew, put 2 years on it. Put 2 years of consistency on it and you will see the results. Give it 2 solid years. And then at that point, you will start to get to that maturity point where the lawn will start to be more established. Like it'll get more consistent. It'll be able to tolerate the highs and lows throughout the season and the stressors that happen on the lawn. It'll get a lot more tolerant to be able to handle and withstand those, and they'll bounce back quicker. Like from a lot of those things, it'll recover a lot quicker. So yeah, man, that's one of the things is that's yes, it my front lawn hasn't been renovated. So I've got a lot better cultivars and things like that are in the backyard. That's the Elm Street Elite back there. A lot of those are top notch NTEP trial. Well, all of those are top notch NTEP trial, top of the game cultivars of fescue and Kentucky bluegrass. So yeah, that makes a difference. It goes to show that cultivars make a difference. Yep. So what's my email? So you can either email me. My son broke my headphones, so he rolled over on them. So now it ain't acting right, so it won't stay in. It's about time for a new set of headphones now. So I'll drop it in here, just so you can just go ahead and send it to me. Escapes.com. Boom. All right, so there's the email, Cameron at elevatedlawnscapes.com. That's email address right there. So you can shoot them over in there. All right. All right. So that's all the questions. Like I said, if you got any other questions, just go ahead, drop them in the chat, and we'll be able to get to them. So now that we've made it through that part of it, we're gonna get over here and we're gonna do some show and tell, and then I'm gonna get ready to let y'all on up out of here. Y'all can get up on out of here and enjoy the rest of your evening. Because I had a late day today at work. I got home. My son Camden, he actually had just got into bed. I think it was like 8:05, 8:10, and my wife was like, "Yeah," it was like, "You can go in there. He ain't sleep." And as soon as I opened the door, I was like, "I know why you ain't sleep. Welcome, Daddy. Welcome home. Change this poopy diaper." So took care of that, and then we sat there and talked for a little bit, and then he went on and laid down. I got me something to eat, and here I am right now. But this I enjoyed this. This is a good little release for me. Little enjoyment just to be able to interact with the community and talk some lawn and grass and kick back. All right, and then let's go ahead. Where is we're gonna go over here? We're gonna share screen. Boom. And let's go ahead and show y'all what we're working with. So these are the pictures that I posted yesterday, and as I said, cooking. Like it is cooking. Um, yeah, I cannot complain with how it's looking right now. I am all smiles. I'm all good with it. Me and Camden, we've been outside racing. Like he's into Dada, I race you. I can beat you. Dada, I race you. So we've been racing back and forth across the yard, back and forth, back and forth. He's starting to get some little jets on him. He's starting to get some little speed on him. So we've been back here enjoying the backyard. It is like some carpet. My goodness, it looks good and it feels good. Um, so I don't know if y'all will be able to see this on screen, but this is that one spot right here. Like I said, I was starting to see some spots that were starting to get a little thirsty. I mowed on Monday and watered on Tuesday. So you can see this little spot right here starting to get that bluish little haze to it, like starting to change, starting to get a little thirsty. And there's another little spot right here. I know you're more than likely not going to be able to see that one, but it's another one right there. And then kind of like throughout this little edge right here, I was starting to see those areas that it was time for some water, time to get some water on it. So that's how we looking right now. Like I can't complain. Like I can't complain about it at all. Like I am happy with where it's at. It's looking good, doing good, and we're gonna keep riding it out. It's probably as dense as I've ever had this lawn without me seeding it and without me putting any additional fert on it. The only thing is I've consistently been cutting it at this at a 2.25 height of cut. 2.25 is where I've kept it at. I've kept it there all season. I kept it there all last fall, and I think this is my height of cut right here. This is my height of cut. It's right where it needs to be. Not too tall, not too short. Like it's right there, and I think the lawn's performing well through there. So again, here are some of the spots. I know you can see these right here where it's starting to get thirsty. This is the second year this random spot has just burnt out, and it is pretty compact. I stuck a screwdriver in there, and it is pretty compacted right here. It's just hard to get, like the screwdriver is neb out like a rock. Like, so this little spot here has burned out again, which was interesting. And I was like, is this disease or did it burn out or what is it? But I know I can see these little areas here where it was thirsty, which once I got some water on it the following day, all of this is cleared up. But of course, that spot is still there. You can see some of the yellow wood swirl that I've got right here. So I'll get that taken care of in the fall. I'm not even worried about it right now. With all this heat, I'm not even trying to spray any kind of herbicides or anything on the lawn right now, even to do a spot treatment. I ain't worried about it. I'm not worried about it one bit. With the yard looking as good as it's looking right now, I don't care about this little bit of weeds, and there's another little patch of it out there somewhere over there. But it's the least of my concern when the lawn is this healthy. Like I'm not worried about trying to get rid of a few weeds. But yeah, looking good overall, looking good. And this area here, I will go back. So this area here is full sun from probably about like right here, like on forward, like all of this is full sun. So I know a lot of people are like, well, Cam, you got all that shade. You got all that shade. Yes, I know. Shade helps. It does. Like, no doubt, shade helps. But there are points in the time where this entire part of the backyard, this time of year, the only area that doesn't get any direct sunlight is like this little corner back here. Like, so my neighbor took one of their trees out, and then a year or two ago, along the back of their yard. So I started getting more afternoon sun, and then this end of this winter, I had a tree that I had been watching that was dying. Like it was dying, and a tree guy stopped by. He was like, "Hey, you know you got a dead tree back there in the backyard." I was like, "Yeah, I know. I've been watching it, and I think it's dead." He was like, "Yeah, it's dead for the most part. You want me to take that out?" And he gave me a really good deal, so I removed another tree also. So this portion back here, like all of this, like it used to be a shadow that would cover a majority of this. Now this area back here gets a good part of afternoon sun, to where like all of like the only shade is like from here over into this back corner right here, and it just kind of moves all the way across. So yeah, I get a lot more sun in my yard now than what I used to. These headphones are gonna drive me crazy. So another thing, part of doing business, go order me some new headphones tonight, because that is gonna irritate me. So the yard definitely gets a lot more sun now than what it used to. Yep. And I won't deny it that shade helps. Like, shade helps. But I get more of the shade in like the late evening. Like when I take all of these pictures and stuff, these are late evening pictures when the sun is just about already down. But during the day, it's a lot more sun back here than most people think. Like, it just, like, the yard just looks better when it doesn't have like a big shadow all the way across it. So that's why I really don't take a whole lot of daytime pictures, because it's got shadows and stuff all over the place, and the picture just doesn't look good. So that's the backyard. On to the iron cutter, which is cooking. This iron cutter is cooking. My goodness, it's cooking. This was a late evening picture. So it can get this. I mean, you can tell this is Bermuda compared to a cool season grass. So cool season, warm season, Bermuda's right here, and it is cooking. Like, we are at 3/4 of an inch. Height of cut is 3/4 of an inch on the Hudson, and this area up here is, oh my goodness, it is nice. It is nice, and it's only getting more and more dense the more I cut it and the more heat that it gets. Like, it is, this area up here is looking nice. So you can see like a clear kind of line of how it's growing in faster. So one, a lot more sand got put in this area because this is where it was low, like all through the middle, like throughout this area here. So it has a lot more sand here, and this is really where the shade line is. So there's a shade line where this area down here gets a lot more shade. This area up here gets mostly sun. This area from here back is like full sun. Like it gets sun all day long. From this point a little bit forward to like midway, like it gets mostly sun, and this is the heaviest shaded area. And we got a little bit of a blessing off of this last week or either the week before. The city came by and they did some tree trimming to the trees alongside of the sidewalk and the street, and they trimmed one of my neighbor's limbs off of their tree that gave me more sunlight in this area. We probably gained about 2 to 3 hours more sunlight into this area here, which is why now you're really starting to see this area start to fill in a lot more, because it's now getting a little, I can tell the difference. Like it is, let alone it was time for it to start pushing through all of the sand. But now I can really tell the difference that this area is growing and starting to push through the sand and fill in. So that's a good thing. Didn't call or ask anybody, but it's crazy because like a couple of days before they actually came to trim it, I was standing out in the front yard and I was like, man, if I could only trim this one limb off of their tree, I could get me a lot more sunlight. 2 to 3 hours, like 2 to 3 hours more sunlight is a big difference to a warm season grass. A big difference to any grass, but especially warm season grass. And that was the exact branch that they trimmed off of that tree. And I was like, oh my goodness, they actually trimmed it. And we getting a little bit, we getting some more sunlight over here on the iron cutter. So that's definitely gonna help that area. I'm happy about that. So yeah, this is kind of this is what it's looking like. Looking good. Looking good. This is the main area that still has to push through. You can still see some sand and stuff down here. Like it's not fully filled in yet, but mowing this section of it right here, which is probably like 60 to 70% of it, is pure joy. Like it is pure, it is pure joy. So yeah, it's looking good. And this is the area here that, like I said, is you can start to see that it's growing in, it's coming in, it's getting there. It's getting there. Still, it's just gonna take it some time. So this was day 18, I think, when I took these pictures. So 18 days after beaching it, this is where we're at. All right, so that is what we've got. That's the update. That is the show and tell portion of it. And one thing I'm gonna jump over. I see we had a couple questions. Was that KBG thirsty? I don't do anything different. I don't do anything different with my KBG blend. I treat it just like I would for fescue. It's a 90-10 blend that's in there, KBG to fescue. I don't water it any more than what I would if it was like 100% fescue. So yeah, it'll do just fine. Boom, boom, boom. Sent pics. Okay, all right. I'll take a look at the pictures and see what you got in there. I only get a few hours per day on the weekend and get the long stuff done. When the youngest goes to nap between 12:30 and 3, I get it. I'm right there with you. And I'm gonna have a whole lot less time here in a little bit when it's two of them. I'm gonna have a whole lot less time, and I've told y'all and I've talked about it. Um, most of my applications are done at night. Like, cause I put my son down to bed. I normally get him into bed. I do bath time routine with him. I get him to bed. My wife normally does bedtime stories with him, and then I'll go in and get him to bed. Get him to bed after bath. We say our prayers, and I'll get him into bed every night, and that's typically anywhere between 8:30, 9, if we've been outside, and then I'll go make an application if I need to go make an application, or I'll go mow if I need if I need to go mow. I know I try not to do it too often because I know my neighbors probably hate it, but I have limited amount of time. I got to get it done when I can get it done. So most of my applications are at night, most literally in the pitch black. But I've been spraying my yard so much. It's not pitch black because I got yard lights, and like I can see, like I got plenty enough light, but I could I can nearly spray my yard with my eyes closed. And I've been spraying it for 6 years, same grid pattern, same walk, same everything. So yeah, it is what it is. We make the time, we get it done when we got the time to be able to get it done, and just hang in there. I'm about to go through a life-changing experience here probably in the next week and a half. And I'll figure out what the new routine is, because right now I've got a pretty decent routine. I know what time I'm gonna have to when I'm gonna have available to do my applications, which is typically at night. So I've gotten used to it, and I'm in that routine. So we'll see what kind of routine is gonna happen when baby boy number 2 gets here. But we'll still be out in the lawn, and we still gonna get it done. We gonna find a way to get it done. Boom, boom, boom. It makes spraying hard. Yeah, with the temps. Yeah, that's why I say typically all my applications are done at night. I'll do it at night if I could, but the wife is not a night shift long crew. Yeah, man, I'd be outside like right now. Like when I got home at I got home at 8 o'clock tonight from work, and I walked in and the house was pitch black dark. Like everybody was in the bed. Wifey was in the bed, son was in the bed, grandma was in the bed, everybody was in the bed. I was like, my goodness. So typically like I'm typically on my home, but like after 8:30, 9 o'clock, like it's kind of like my time to get things done that I need to get done, which is typically get the kitchen clean, get the main level put back together. Then I'll do some editing. Then I'll make a post. That's why you see most of my posts now are at like 10:30, 11 o'clock, 11:30 at night, because that's when I've got my time to go get things done. I've either made an application and I'm done, or I'm just editing, doing things, and I ate me some dinner, and that's when I'm kind of doing stuff. So, yeah, the nighttime is the time that I get the time that I get to get stuff done. And I'm a night owl anyway, so that part doesn't really bother me. Is the iron cutter starting to spread into your neighbor's lawn? No, it is not. This is probably the most common question and the most frequent question that I get so much about the iron cutter being next to my neighbor. Am I worried about it spreading into theirs, and is it happening? The thing with like hybrid Bermuda cultivars, they don't run away. Like they don't run and try to take over areas like common Bermuda does. Most hybrids, and I want to show this. I've got a patch of, I had a leftover piece of side that I didn't cut up from when I did the sprigging a year ago. It's just laying over there in my flower bed. Like I literally just laid it over there and just left it. didn't, it's laying on top of mulch. It was laying on top of mulch that has now rooted in, and it is now living and growing there in that area. So the thing is that it has not moved out of the shape of that piece of side. Like, because there's other stuff beside it to where like the mulch is there and everything else, and it is not really wanting to push into those areas because it's already occupied by something else. If it's open space and there's nothing there, the iron cutter will push into those open spaces. But if it's like grass, like I can look where, like in these pictures, right? Let me go back into the pictures. What do I want to do? Boom. And then let me show you one of them. So right here. So like right here, you can see like this is tall fescue. This is optimum Mountain View Seed optimum tall fescue right here. This is where the iron cutter is. Like it literally has not moved from this edge. It's been there a year. It has not pushed past this area at all. It's filled in the open spaces that was there when I killed this off, and it's just kind of filled in this line. But in a year's time, it has not pushed beyond there. Will it? Maybe, but it's not gonna like fully take over this established fescue that's here. So the second thing is, am I worried about it going in over into my neighbor's lawn? I'm not really worried about it because I've got better pictures of this, but all of this right here, there is common Bermuda all through this portion of their lawn. Like there's common all in it. And I took a picture of it like in the morning where you can see the morning dew. Like this area here has so much common in it. It has been trying to push into my area when this was all cool season. It has been trying to push in there for the 6 years that I've been actually taking care of this area. That common has been trying to invade this area here. So they've got a salad bowl and they don't really like the lawn's not really a priority to them. They're like, if you want to take over this whole side over here or the whole yard, go for it. We don't care. So I'm not worried about it. They're not worried about it. It's not gonna like, that's the thing, the difference between like common Bermuda and hybrid Bermuda cultivars. That hybrid Bermudas, they do not like send off runners and just want to run and take over everything like common. If it is a open space, it will definitely take over those open spaces. But if it's an established area, it does not want to push into those areas like that. So the area that I was telling you about where I had the one piece aside, so that area is over here in the landscape bed, and it's still in that same shape of that piece of side. It has not changed or pushed into other areas. But you know what has happened is common Bermuda is running all of it's that area's always had common in it in that part of my landscape bed. That common, those runners are running all over the place, and it happens every year. I kill it every year, and it comes back every year. So common Bermuda tends to run and try to take over any and everything that it can. I've found common Bermuda runners inside my garage from that area, literally growing inside my garage. Hybrid Bermudas don't they don't they don't do that. Like it's just a difference in the cultivars. All right, so that's probably the most common question, which is why I'm gonna make a reel, and I'll probably make a video on that, because that is a very common question that I get a lot. But yeah, I'm not worried about it, and they're not worried about it either. They couldn't tell me the difference either way if it did. Uh, Man, if she puts the veto down whenever I try. I mean, if you've taken care of all your other obligations that you need to take care of, and that is the time that you have to get things done, that's the time that you can get things done. Like I everybody's household is different. So I can't tell you I can't tell you how your household is. Every household is different. But I know that I have things that I need to get done. And taking care of the lawn is good for me. It is good for the lawn. And my wife understands that even though it's yard work, even though it's everything that I do in the lawn is like a part of work because it's part of content creation, is a part of everything else. I Not only do I want to have a nice looking lawn, it just helps to have a nice looking lawn when you're on YouTube making lawn care content. So, like, for me, the lawn has to be a priority, and it is a priority. It's just that I make it a priority around everything else that goes on in my life. Um, and what will always be number one is my kids, family, and all of that. Like that all comes first, and the lawn will come after that. So once I've taken care of like getting little man down, which is why I say I do that every night, I get him down, get him into the bed, and after that, typically wifey goes to sleep. Wifey she likes to get into bed and get her sleep. So normally after he goes down, she's not too long after that going to sleep. So I'm just up. Like I'm up by myself anyway. So I either go outside, I do what I need to do outside, take care of the lawn, I do some editing, I do whatever, get out bills, whatever, or sit back and chill, or go to sleep and get me some rest, which typically rarely ever happens. Um, but yeah, everybody's household is different. Figure out what works for your household, man. It'll all be all right. It's just grass. It'll be fine. I'm watering it every 3 days, 15 to 30 minutes in partial shade, and my new seed is sprouted in June with the summer heat and the rain once a week. Yeah, well, that's good. I'm glad it germinated, and I'm glad it came up. Um, Not sure if it's gonna survive the summer, but I hope it does. Like I hope it does. It's hard to get newly germinated seeds. It's hard to grow grass in the middle of the summer. Just tailor your expectations for it and be ready for the fall. Like I don't want to kill anybody's hopes. April, January. I don't want to kill your hopes, but I also don't want you to be disappointed when if it dies or if it doesn't make it through if it doesn't make it through the summer. Like it's hard, especially if you planted a cool season grass. It's hard to get it to sprout in June and get it to survive all the way through the rest of the summer heat and stress and disease pressure. So yeah, stay on it the best you can and carry as much of that grass into the fall. This is annoying me the mess out of me right now. Carry as much of that grass into the fall. Be ready to do your overseed. Be ready to do your overseed in the fall, and yeah, glad it's coming in. It's coming in patchy, and I never see it's activated yet. Yeah, if it's still coming in, yeah, that new seed is still coming off of a high right now. It's just getting started, just getting germinated and everything. So yeah, iron the sunblock. Not sure what you mean by that. It manages the heat. Fine. Okay. All right. Yeah, you work second shift, so normally when you get off work, yeah, yeah, I do. I do my most of my stuff is at night. Mm-mm-mm. I skipped through some stuff. Boom. Do you know where I can get iron cutter, and specifically Southern California? Send me a message and I'll have to go check. I'll go check and see what locations are available in that area. There's a grow map. Um, send me an email or a message on Instagram, or send me something, or leave a comment on. You can leave a comment on the live stream after I finish here. Leave a comment down here and ask the same question. That'll remind me to go check on that for you. I'll go take a look. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, there you go. Somebody already looked out for you. Don't yeah yeah. You can send me a message. I might. There's a grow map. They're working on a updated grow map. So I've been talking to Mountain View Seed and also MVP. So I've talked to them about like making things more available, as far as the information of where people can go purchase and find things. And one of the things for Iron Cutter is like this grow map. It's an older grow map, and I talked to MVP about it. I was like, we need a newer grow map and resource of, hey, this is where you can go get it. I was like, because we get asked all the time, like I get asked all the time. I just refer to that old grow map that I've got from them. um, but I was like, we need to put that out and have it more readily available, to be able to get it. So they're working on something like that to be able to make it easier, just to be able to just go to their website and then you can find it very easily. Like you should just be able to shoot out a link and be like, boom, yep, go check this. This is where you can get it. So I talked to him about that. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, you said you're in between two neighbors that don't care about their lawns at all. Yeah, yeah. That can be good and bad. Like you got to deal with like all their weed seeds and all that stuff that that want to blow into your lawn. Common Bermuda is zombie grass and never dies. Yeah, no, it doesn't. Like it's going to come back in a period at some point in time. Like it may go away for a little while. It may go away for a long while, but it'll make its way back. Like it'll eventually make its way back. Doom, doom, doom. Yep, there you go. That's what I'm talking about right there. There you go. I didn't say that, but I I agree with it. Like you can use, if that's what you need, brother. If that's what you need. Yeah. If that's what you need, if that's what you need to have some rationale, hey man, go for it. But then she might start. She was like, "So what are we getting out of this YouTube channel? Like, are you making some money out of it? Are you getting, like, what's the point of this? What is the point other than it's just now taking up more time?" But but yeah, go for it. What up, T Dot? What up? What up? What up? What's happening? Um, how deep do Bermuda roots go? I mean, deep. I don't know. It Yeah, I don't know, but Bermuda is it just that is especially common. It'll go away, but it never dies. Like it never dies. It may go into a deep hibernation for a while, but it'll come back. It'll always come back. Maybe a while, but it'll make its way back over time. This dude Cam told me, don't put that on me. What you can say is, and what I did say is, every household is different, and you handle your household how you need to handle yours. Hey, that's what I said. Hey, you talking about you can't ignore me? Hey, I'm not trying to have your wife be upset with me. No, 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 no. Um, but yeah, man, I think that's all I got for the most part. Got through all of the questions. If you still got any questions, one thing I did want to talk about. You should be getting prepared. What should you be getting prepared for? You should be getting prepared for your fall aerations and overseedings. And if you are doing a full renovations, you should probably be in the mix of either already made or getting ready, probably depending on your location, getting ready to spray your first round of holy water, non-selective herbicide, to go ahead and start getting that up out of there. So if you are planning to do a full renovation, it is about go time. It is about go time. What up, Polo? Yes, Bermuda's the gift that keep on giving. Yeah, it ain't going nowhere. So if you are doing a full renovation, it is this fall for a cool season lawn. It is time for you to get going. Start getting all your supplies together. If you are planning to do a aeration and you planning to rent the equipment or rent equipment to do any of that type of stuff, go ahead and make your reservations. Go ahead and make your reservations for the fall. If you plan on doing it anytime from Labor Day until the end of the seeding season, October-ish time frame, and you need equipment, you better go ahead and get all of that stuff on reservation, because the landscapers and people, they're about to book that stuff up. So if you need it, and a lot of homeowners are going to be wanting to use that stuff over the weekend, because there's only a limited number of weekends through that the aeration and seeding window. They only have so many aerators to be able to send out, or power rakes. So you should be going ahead and making your reservations for whatever type of equipment it is that you're trying to get. You should also begin to start looking at your seed. What kind of grass seed that you want to get. Right now, the seed producers are in peak harvest season right now. They're harvesting the yearly crop. The fresh crop is starting to come in. So they're starting to get that first crop and stuff out of the fields. So in the next month or so, you'll start to see the 2026 crop starting to hit the shelves. So if you're looking for that fresh seed, that should start to come in and start to hit the shelves here in another month or so. So yeah, that's that was the thing that I wanted to remind you all about. Is it's time to start getting ready, getting your tools and equipment on rent. If you got to do rentals, getting all of that stuff out. Making sure you're looking at what grass seeds you want to get. If you want to wait for a fresh crop of seed, that's probably going to be around that August-ish, late August time frame. You'll probably start to see that hitting the shelves if you want to get 2026 fresh crop seed. Not crop seed, fresh harvest grass seed, not other crop seed, grass seed crop, the good stuff. That's when that's what you want to start looking for that. Other than that, yeah. And if you plan to do a full renovation, it's time to get out there and start spraying. To give you at least 2 to 3 rounds of holy water to go out there and get that cleaned out, get rid of what your existing lawn is. giving you probably 2 weeks or so in between each one of those sprays, and that'll put you somewhere right around Labor Day ish, for you to get ready to make that, to do all your work and get that seed on the ground somewhere around that period of time. So we will have a full live on that. And Polo, I see you done popped in here. I know you got your ear to it. I want everybody here. I want the whole We Working team here when we talk the renovations. So I want everybody to be. I want the whole crew to be able to chime in when we talk renovations, because we can talk through all of that, and I think it'll be good to have a whole team here to be able to talk through renovations. So we'll see if we can coordinate that in the next couple of weeks, and see if we can set some time out. We might have to move around what day we actually do that, but I think it'll be really beneficial for the community, to be able to have a whole team here, and we kind of walk through that with y'all, talk through our experiences and how we do things, and our methods to the madness of having a great lawn and a great renovation. Because Polo do them every year. And they look amazing every year. Every year. Polo over there taking over whole neighborhoods in the Ville. Whole neighborhoods. Pull up and all you see is Polo Field signs. They need to name the whole neighborhood Polo Fields. That's what the neighborhood need to be. All right. I mentioned phosphates before. I think for summer, what is that? And is that the bag of stress blend? No. No, do not use, or I do not use any stress blend. No. Answer to that. So phosphates, it's not phosphates, it's phosphites. So phosphites is known as, there's one product that's actually a phosphite, which is really a fertilizer. One of them is depending on the concentration of phosphites that's in the solution. It can actually be labeled as or registered as a fungicide, but is typically heavier on the potassium side. So it's potassium phosphite, is what it is, and it helps with a lot of disease. So SAR elicitation, which it then is able to kind of trigger the response, the immune system response in the plant. So it makes it kind of ward off and strengthen it for like disease pressure times like that. So one disease in particular that it is, research has shown that it is good for in a preventative method, is Pythium. I've had an issue with Pythium for 1 year that it nearly wiped out 70% of my lawn. And that's when I figured out I can't just wing this lawn care thing. I gotta go learn and go read some stuff and read some studies and figure out what's really happening. So that's one of the things that I use in my program is potassium phosphites. You can get them. Ryan Noor's got one. He's got a phosphite in his lineup. I just recently purchased the one from Heritage. It is Gravity 38 or 38 GL, Gravity 38 or something like that. I made my first application of it probably about 3 weeks ago. I like the response that I got from it. It actually added a little bit of color to it, which my old phosphite used to do the exact same thing too. It just makes it, I don't know what it is about the phosphite. I've talked to some people about it, and I was like, do you notice this when you make phosphite applications? They was like, yeah, kind of, I do, but it makes the yard like glow. Like when the sun hits it and you got some stripes laid in it, like after a phosphite application, like the color just pops. Like it is a heavy color pop. So the one that I'm currently using, because I wasn't able to locate the old one that I used to use, which was from Helena. Um, that one, it had even more of a color pop and like that glowish, glossy look. The one from Heritage that I'm using now, like I said, I've only made one application of it. It's not, it doesn't pop as hard as that one, but it still gave me like a color pop from it. Like I could tell a difference, and then it does become like glossy, and like when the sun hits it, it's just like it's glowing. Like the yard is just glowing. So phosphites are used this time of year for stress management and disease prevention, especially Pythium. Gravity 38 special. Yeah. Yeah. That combination of 38 and gravity and all of that. Yeah. Gravity 38 special. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one that I picked it up probably 3 weeks ago. I think I was telling y'all about it. So that was the one I decided to go with. But yeah, Ryan Nor's got one. There's some other ones out on the market. I wish I could find my one that I used to use from Helena, because it was a whole lot cheaper than the one that I just bought from Heritage. Um, the one from Heritage is like double the price of what I used to pay for it. Hey, I appreciate that, Junkyard Master. Appreciate that super chat. Appreciate that. Good looking out. I appreciate that, sir. Um, Finally got my hands on some of that heritage plant growth stimulant. Okay, got you some of that. All right, cool, cool, cool. I'm gonna get there. I've been saying that I was gonna start applying wetting agents. Heritage has got. I know they've got some pretty good wetting agents. I wanted to get a wetting agent to start running. Um, I mean, we halfway we're halfway through the rough part of the season of where it would actually be of some benefit. But I may kick it off for next year. I don't know. I may get it this year and start running it. But I've been wanting to run some phosphate, run some wetting agents. So I know Heritage has got several good ones that people have talked good about. Their wetting agents. A lot of golf courses and stuff use it also. So yeah, let me know what you think about that plant growth stimulant. It That's probably gonna be one of the ones where it's gonna be hard to see a response from it. But just kind of let me know if you see anything from it. Like the phosphite stuff, like phosphites, I wasn't expecting to see anything from it, like a real drastic change in the plant, other than I was hoping to not see more pythium, and it did that. And the side effect was I got a color pop from it, and I could tell like the yard just after a phosphite application, it just looks different. The yard just has a different look to it, and it's a good different kind of look. All right, all right, cool. I think that's all. I think that's all I got. I don't have anything else, and I believe we are good. We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. Hour and 15 minutes in, and glad to be here with y'all. Glad to be here. Glad I was able to make it tonight. Glad y'all showed up. Excuse me. Glad y'all showed up to be able to kick it. And as we always say, just know we working.